Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late March 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's going on for the lovely Scorpio collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we got for you this week. Talk to me, my guides. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. What's up with my Scorpios, please, my guides? Thank you. Nice and quick. All right, so this is a very reminiscing type of card, a lot of mental action showing up here, but there are links to the past, very similar to the Six of Cups in that vein. Now, before we start really pulling back the layers on that card, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look at this card. So we see this woman. She's holding a locket in her hand. She's wearing that beautiful dress. She has her eyes closed. So first and foremost, I do think of that mental energy, which is very common in water signs, like that very imaginative depth that we have going on here. So a lot of you could be doing a lot of thinking. Your brain could be going a little bit. But when I see her, I think of somebody reminiscing on the past with that locket. So you might be thinking about situations that have already elapsed, things that have already happened, whether it's ancient history, whether it's recent. There are also little subnotes in this card of communication, talking, getting one's point across. But be careful about being in the past too long when this card shows up right in the front. Okay, it's not a bad thing, but there's a lot of mental energy here that might need to be released in some sort of way. Let's get into tarot. And I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive, juicy stuff going. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio, please. Talk to me, my guides. So, my friends, last week was a pretty challenging reading for us, right? And I say us because I'm part of the Scorpio collective myself. It was titled A Painful Ending. And the reason it was titled that is I did see a lot of Scorpios possibly in this mode, like this card, thinking about an ending that may have already happened, pain from the past. Hopefully a lot of you haven't been experiencing 10 of Swords moments, but that was one of the major cards in last week's reading. So we're going to hope for some positivity this week, right? Even if we do have challenges, we'll look at the silver lining. But let's get you 3 now. You know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this reading how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your energy or somebody else's. All right, that card just flew out on its own. Okay, so there can be a big change coming here. We have the Wheel of Fortune in position 1. Big karmic card. Absolutely a huge card of metamorphosis and change. Love seeing it as the very first card. But we're not going to get too ahead of ourselves just yet, right? We have more cards to go. What do we got here? Chariot, action. Lots of change here, Scorpio. Lots of moving parts. Okay, like this energy is like intense, and it's so intense that it's almost like making my head spin a little bit. Let's get one more. Very powerful, very major arcana energy showing up here. Empress, beautiful. So we're looking pretty good so far. Like I said, I don't want to get too carried away just yet, but I'm liking it thus far. We still have to do a lot of clarification, but before we do that, I'm going to go through, give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So looking down first glance when I see this spread, initially you'll see that all 3 of the top cards are major arcana. These represent powerful, strong, possible life-changing archetypes that we're going through. Very positive. I would say overall, before the clarifying, these are very positive cards. So let's explore it, because it could be different areas of your life. But position number 1, the Wheel of Fortune. My magic luck charm in the tarot deck. This is like a 4-leaf clover. This is big Jupiter type of energy. Things changing for the better. Like luck can swing in your way. And with what we have next to it, there's a lot of moving pieces here. So whatever situations or issues you're going through could be extremely fluid. When I see the Wheel of Fortune, I do think of karmic cycles. So we did have endings last week. So we think of endings, beginnings, whether this is karmic lessons, karmic retribution, or even karmic blessings. Like this does talk about the cycles of life. And if there is any sign that is equipped to deal with the cycles of life, it is Scorpio, right? Like, because in the tarot, It's the death card. In astrology, it's Mars and Pluto. It's all about transformation for Scorpios, rising from those ashes. Now, moving over, we have the Chariot. This could be a Cancerian in your life, someone with Cancer traits. Maybe you have some Cancer placements yourself. It's an action card. It is probably the fastest, if not the, one of the, if not the fastest cards in the whole entire deck, shooting off towards something like a rocket blast. So when we see this, we think of heavy action, heavy movement, heavy change even, especially next to this. Moving towards this Empress would be nice energy. Now, I will say this, the Chariot can also be combative sometimes. All cards have positive and negative. Although this is a card of determination, travel, distance, and change. When I see this card, I think that it can be combative because a Chariot is an instrument of war. So we really want to clarify it and see what it's about. If that's not a person in your life, but it could be progress and action or something coming towards you fast. If not, you going towards something. Moving to the back end here, we have the Empress. This is Venus type of energy. So once again, the energy of beautiful blessings, all the beautiful material things in life. When we see her, we could think of a Taurus. We could also think of Libra because of the Venus rulership energy. And when I see her, it's that goddess type of vibe. It's that goddess energy. It could represent nature, a connection to nature, fertility, mother figures, and just bountiful blessings bubbling over from the material world. So when we see her in a spread, that's a very good thing. Could just represent a mother figure of yours. Maybe you're a mother figure if you're watching this. But we'll see how this all plays out, because I still feel like there's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things happening, but this is a total different vibe than what we had last week for sure, and I'm feeling optimistic. So with that being said, let's dive deeper, Scorpio. We're going to jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio, please. Guys, talk to me. What do we got for Scorpio? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that wheel. And if you're watching this for Scorpio, like, things could change in your dynamic with your Scorpio. I just need to say that. Oh, also, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Scorpio, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Wheel of Fortune time. What is that wheel here for Scorpio, please? Thank you. Yeah. This is coming. Something big is coming in. Either someone or something. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. This isn't just a pipe dream, okay? Like, you might have a goal or an aspiration or something you're wanting to accomplish that is not a pipe dream. This is very, very possible for you, okay? You know what I'm talking about if you're watching this. Like, whether it is involving personal relationships, whether it is business, there is some sort of aim that you have that can absolutely be accomplished. And in this time, you might either get assistance or something might change in your situation that will help propel you or catapult you to get what you want with this Four of Cups in reverse. Usually this card to me represents somebody who's all up in their head, thinking too much, not reaching out to grab that opportunity. It's very mental. In reverse, it's like, oh no, they're not just thinking about it, they're going to do it. Don't just think about it, be about it type of energy. And underneath this Wheel of Fortune, once again, moving, changing. So there could be like powerful changes happening, but this feels good. Like, there is something that you can attain. It is not a pipe dream. We're going to keep moving over to that Chariot and see if we could get more. Big possibilities here, Scorpio. Very exciting already. So let's see what's up with that Chariot. Thank you. Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah, if you've been having a tough time, if you've been healing from something, like, that is going to change. Like, once again, I'm just seeing all these changes here. Nine of Swords in reverse, getting out of the mental space. So if you've been like in the mind, and we have been seeing this little focus on the thought process in the mind, how you think about things, how you see things, like, this is very stress-free, drama-free. Like, listen, I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to be about it. This is coming out of the realm of the mind into the action. So in your life, in the coming days and weeks, I expect major action, huge action incoming in various different forms, whether it's you making moves with interpersonal relationships or someone else making moves towards you or making moves about work. I'm just getting action, action, action at every turn. So just maybe try to ground yourself down sometimes because it might get a little chaotic, but this is very go, 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 go. Like this action is non-stop. So we're going to keep moving over to the Empress. I'm liking it though, because this is very stress-free, drama-free type of energy. So if you've been going through stress or involved in people's drama, you might be disconnecting yourself from that. Let's see what's up with the Empress. Then we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow card. I'm liking it this week, Scorpio, for sure. So why is this Empress here? Very exciting type of reading. And I mean, it doesn't mean it's all going to be peaches and cream, right? There might be some things that are a little challenging, just like life. Yeah, same exact thing. Eight of Swords in reverse. So if there's a lot of things that you've been stressing about recently, because these are my two biggest cards of stress. All these cards are mental in their own right. They're in reverse. So like, I see if you have certain major problems you're going through right now, or certain major things that are bothering you in your mind, resolve, resolve, resolve. So you might just be on a mission in this time to like mark stuff off the list. Like, okay, that's been nagging me. Let's get that figured out. Okay, that's been nagging at me too. Let's get that figured out. I'm getting that vibe of like tons of action, marking things off a list, like not letting things fester. So you might be very motivated in this time to like just make stuff happen. And I'm getting good. All the bad melting away. So this is an extremely exciting action-based type of reading this week. I'm loving it, Scorpio, because all the cards of overthinking are flipped up in the reverse. Like, you're going to be about that action. That's how I'm feeling. Like a lot of Scorpios are going to be like, yeah, no, I'm going to do it. I'm not just telling you about it. I'm not just thinking about it. I'm not overthinking it no more. I'm going to make it happen. And it is not a pipe dream. That's just what I'm seeing here. Okay. Feeling free, feeling liberated. That's another thing here with this Empress and this Eight of Swords in reverse. You might feel liberated. There could be blessings coming in. I'm feeling good things just showering in on the Scorpio collective. And once again, if you're a cross watcher, big improvements could happen between you and your Scorpio, like across the board. So like if you're trying to, patch things up with a Scorpio or get on the good side with a Scorpio, now would be a good time to do it because all these good energies would make them very receptive. So let's go through and do a quick little recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, like I've been saying over and over, powerful archetypes, all positive on the top, all these mental cards along the bottom. But we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Four of Cups in reverse. Something that you want to do, something you want to attain is extremely possible. It is not a pipe dream. Luck is on your side. I'm getting changes. I'm getting action. And I'm getting that throughout the whole entire reading. And it's a beautiful thing because as we press further, we have the Chariot shooting like a rocket with that Nine of Swords in reverse. I'm not going to stress about this no more. I'm not going to think about this anymore. I'm going to mark things off my list and I'm going to make it happen. There is big action here. Even from those around you. It doesn't just have to be you, but there's big problem solving, getting things resolved. Yeah, I'm not going to let this take up my mental space. Very drama free as well. I like this, Scorpio. On the back end, we have the Empress with the Eight of Swords in reverse. Once again, feeling free. You might feel free from some sort of issue or problem. The blessings could be raining down into life in various different ways, but I just feel problem resolution and action in all the different areas of life. I would say overall for 2023, this is the most positive feeling reading I've had for Scorpio for sure for this year. So I would make the most of this beautiful energy, Scorpio. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into that a little further. I'm going to get you one shadow card. The feeling that I'm getting emanating off of this spread is very exciting. I'll say that. But let's get you one shadow card here. See what's in the shadows for my Scorpios, which is nice. I mean, like 2 weeks ago, you had a positive reading, but I'd say a lot of the readings for the Scorpios in recent months have been a little challenging. So I'm loving this. Like you might really be just knocking things off the list. I really like it. So let's see what's up with Scorpio in the shadows, please. Using the Shadowland Tarot once again for this portion. There it is. Okay, we got the Queen of Cups. That's a card that could represent you. So there could be something revolving around self-confidence or how you view yourself when we have the Queen of Cups in the shadows. Once again, another mother figure type of energy. So especially since we had the Empress in the main part of the spread, watch out for any tensions with mother figures in your lives or issues surrounding things like that. But the Queen of Cups is very deep feelings, right? Someone who feels something and they're suppressing it. Just like the reading was indicating, now is not the time for suppression. When the Queen of Cups shadow side shows up, there's something she feels, there's something she wants to say, but she's just pushing it down, down, down. When this shows up for you in the shadows, it's Spirit telling you to resolve those things. And we saw it in the spread itself. It's all about resolution. It's all about problem solving and knocking things that bother you off the list. And it's reiterated here in the shadows, my friends. If it's not something about how you view yourself with the Queen of Cups, like your self-confidence. So Scorpio, that was a beautiful one, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the February subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air sign readings. But for March, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. This is a new deck and it is absolutely awesome. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments out of this week's reading, which card spoke to you the most. At the end of the month, the winners will be in the community tab once again. My friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.